Hello. So today's video is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be making a trading journal that looks absolute bomb. So look at this. You want to make it look like that, and in the gallery we want it to look like this. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So first of all, we're going to go to add new, and it's going to be an empty database. We're just going to label it trading journal. Nothing too crazy. And then we're going to call this pairs. Obviously you can just be whatever you want, and then we'll make this something. We'll just make this because you want to make the icon look pretty good, and today we are trading the NASDAQ. Alright, now we're going to make files and media. So this is where you're going to link your trading view if you want. I don't personally do that, but yeah. And then we're going to have a date. So this one's going to be when you took the trade, date of trade, yes. When you took the trade, and you're just going to select it manually. I'm also going to have, I think, something very important, which is, point of interest. So why did you enter this trade? What was the point of you entering this trade? And quickly we're going to create, simple ICT stuff, break a structure, fair value gap. Obviously you're not just going to trade only of these stuff, you can add more if you want, but just showing you how to do it, and then you add, and then you just manually select. If you only entered off a fair value gap, then you just leave it as that, and you can change the colors by going to edit property. Just give me a second, and then change the colors right here. There we go. Now new property. Let me just check out my trading journal to see what I did. Yeah, there we go. So we also have bias. Quickly go there. Bias is just going to be a text. Select text and call it bias. What was the bias? Let's say bullish. We're also going to have outcome. So what was the outcome of your trade? This one's pretty self-explanatory. When you can make that. We'll change the color later. Loss and maybe break even, because we just stop. Then win will be green. Loss will obviously be red. And break even will be yellow. Right. So for this trade, let's say we won. Now we're going to make separate P&Ls because it's kind of complicated on this. This is a number, and then you're gonna. Okay, so I kind of just skipped over what we're supposed to do. So let me make that again. There you go. So you go over here, you go to number, and you call it P&L win. Obviously you can call it whatever you want. That is fine with me. And then you go to edit property. You're gonna make a number. Then you're gonna make it color green, because it's win. And then you're gonna make this because it looks better in my opinion. And then you're gonna do $. Let's say I won $2,500, and that's what it should look like. Although you can make this $, if I can find it. Let's say US dollar because it looks better. Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna do P&L loss. This is gonna be a number, and we're gonna do. We actually got to edit it ourselves. Okay, we'll do a ring, but this time we'll make the color red, just for the easiness, and we'll make the number decimal US dollar. Obviously you can change it to whatever you want, and if you lost $200, for example, this was what it would look like, and it has red to it. I don't like the red, but gotta live with it, I guess. Yeah, and then what else do we have for this? That should be about it. Let's check it out. Okay, we got multi-select. I think this is a good one to put in. So multi-select, it's gonna be trade. We'll just call it trade. So you're going to select which type of trade you took. Was it on demo? Was it on paper trade? Was it a back test? Was it a live? Is this a funded? No, you just name whatever you want. Phase 1, eval, phase 2, just like that. And just get rid of all of these. As you can see, when you want to select them, it's just over here, and you just pick out eval. And there we go. That is our first thing done. Now we're going to create something quite easy. We're going to create a calendar. As you can see, NASDAQ, this is the trade that we took on the 11th, on Wednesday. What you can do is go over here, go to edit view, go to property visibility, and now we're going to just choose what you can see on the calendar. So you don't really need to see the data trade because it's over here. We can see the outcome, which is a win. We don't really need to see the money because it's not about money towards the end anyway. You can see the trade, and I reckon that's all you need to really see. And obviously the name, and that's it. Yeah. And then so we go to another one. This is where it gets more aesthetic, you can say. Now this is where you're gonna analyze and write about it. For example, if I took a trade on the NASDAQ after a liquidity sweep last night, after NY opened and created sell side liquidity, and we swept it right here on the 1 minute time frame, and we created an inverse fair value gap, and I enter off of that, going for 1 minute swing highs, and I won this trade. You can take a screenshot. I personally like to crop it, think it looks better, and you can copy this image and quickly pop it in here, and we'll just wait for it to upload. Now as you can see it like this. Then you can explain under here, I took this trade after liquidity was swept the downside, creating a good setup for me. And you can explain the emotions. Emotions were good. Trade did not go into drawdown at all. Try to be descriptive in these, because you kind of want to have the data and be like, oh, okay, so this is why I won this trade. Maybe I want to do that again. I'll wait for this, and try to really pay attention to the time. For example, what time was this at? This was 2 a.m. Australian time, Sydney time. So this would have been for 11:30s. This would have been 1 p.m. US time, or NY time. So yeah, and just to show you what it looks like, let's say you can call it NQ, NQ1. Let's say the bias was bearish this time. Took this today. Outcome was a loss. You lost $600, and you entered off an inverse fair value gap, I don't know. And this was on a paper trade. Now you can just like, because you were going for sell, say you sold here, your stop was here, TP like down here or something, and you lost, take it here, take a screenshot again. Just give me a second, post it in here, or you gotta copy it and then you gotta post it in there. You build it up and it will look pretty good. And obviously you can see it comes up in the calendar by itself. And yeah, that'll be it. You can also have a win rate, but I don't think it's effective because it's going to be inaccurate, and when you have break evens and you set it as a win, it just doesn't look out good. But if you do want to have win rate, it's not too hard to put in. You just create it, and now you can add a cover here, add an icon here, and add a description to your trading journal. And yeah, enjoy. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe because I am trying to become big on YouTube. Thank you.